They don't fear your strength. They don't fear your words. They fear what they can't decode. When they can't read you, they can't predict you. When they can't predict you, they can't control you. And that makes them uneasy. Most people want clarity. They want to label you, define you, box you in. But when your energy stays calm, centered, and unreadable, you break their frame. You stop being a personality. You become a question mark, a gap they keep trying to close. And in that gap, you own them. This is unreadable energy, the art of staying emotionally opaque, psychologically ungraspable, and energetically untouchable. In this video, you'll learn how to stop being predictable, how to become unreadable without being cold, and how to let uncertainty become your most powerful weapon. Because when they can't figure you out, they think about you more, and that's exactly where you want to be. People don't fear what they understand. They fear what they can't place, what they can't predict, what they can't label. And that's where your power lives. Most people need emotional clarity. They want to know, who are you? What do you feel? What are you thinking? Because once they know that, they can manage you, manipulate you, dismiss you. But when your energy gives nothing away, they feel off balance, slightly tense, subtly exposed. Because now, they're no longer in control of the room. You are. When they can't read your face, they hesitate. When they can't track your reactions, they second-guess their moves. When they can't predict your thoughts, they start watching themselves. You didn't say a word, but their entire strategy just collapsed. Why? Because your energy didn't follow the script. And unscripted energy is dangerous. When they can't read you, they can't lead you, they can't influence you, they can't contain you. And in a world addicted to control, you become a threat, not by attacking, just by being impossible to decode. The mind needs certainty. It wants patterns. It wants answers. But when it can't find any, it locks on. That's where your power begins. Cognitive ambiguity. The brain is designed to reduce uncertainty. But when you stay emotionally neutral, unpredictable, quiet, you create mental tension, tension that doesn't resolve. And the brain hates that. So it keeps thinking, looping, replaying, trying to figure you out. You become the unfinished thought that won't go away. Projection mechanism. When people can't read you, they fill in the blanks. They start imagining, projecting, assigning meaning that was never spoken. And the less you give them, the more they give themselves. That's power, because now they're not reacting to you. They're reacting to their idea of you. And that's far more addictive. Control disruption. When they can't predict you, they can't manage the frame. And when they can't manage the frame, they feel exposed, vulnerable. Now they're cautious, careful, off balance, all because your energy gave them nothing to grip. Unreadability isn't vagueness. It's precision. It's knowing exactly what to reveal and what to withhold. Because when they can't define you, they can't defend against you. You don't need to hide. You just need to stop being easy to read. Here's how to become the question they can't answer. Technique 1. Stay emotionally flat when they expect a reaction. Someone provokes, insults, compliments, flirts. You stay still, not cold, just unaffected. No smile, no frown, just presence. Now they're guessing. Did it land? Did they feel that? What are they thinking? And the tension begins. Adje. Technique 2. Respond from depth, not surface. They ask, "Are you okay?" You say, "I've learned to carry a lot in silence." You didn't answer, but you said more than they were ready for. Now they're leaning in, trying to decode what wasn't explained. Technique 3. Use slower pace and deliberate gaps. You don't rush. You let silence hang. Before you speak, after you speak, even in the middle of sentences. That space forces their mind to search harder, and the harder they search, the more you control the moment. Technique 4. Never give 100% of the story. You say just enough to provoke thought, but not enough to close the loop. There's a reason I don't talk about that anymore. Then change the subject. Now they're stuck in the loop. You never finished. Abe Technique 5. Let your eyes say something your words never confirm. Look longer, but not harder. Hold eye contact, but don't explain. Your gaze is calm, but unreadable. And that gap between what they feel and what they can't prove is where obsession lives. You don't need to confuse people. You just need to give them no clear answers. Because when there's no clarity, there's craving. Unreadable energy isn't about acting mysterious. It's about being grounded and giving nothing away. But most people break it without realizing it. Here's how. Mistake 1. Trying to look mysterious. You pause too long. Force facial expressions. Speak in riddles. It doesn't pull them in. It pushes them away. Mystery isn't performance. It's presence, withheld intention. Mistake 2. Overreacting in small moments. You hide your emotions most of the time, but suddenly snap. Laugh too hard. Get defensive. Now they see your rhythm. They find your tells. One leak breaks the whole effect. Mistake 3. Withholding out of insecurity. If you stay silent because you're afraid, they feel the fear. Unreadable energy comes from strength, not avoidance. It's not what you hide. It's what you choose not to give. Mistake 4. Answering too clearly after building ambiguity. They lean in. They ask something loaded. And you explain. Now the mystery's gone. They've seen behind the curtain, and you can't close it again. Don't resolve the tension. Let it expand. Unreadable energy isn't about confusion. It's about restraint. And once you break it, you become predictable again. And predictable is forgettable. You don't need to speak less. You need to reveal less. You don't need to avoid questions. You just need to answer on your terms. Here's how it plays out in the moments that matter. Example 1. The power conversation. They ask, "So what's your real angle here?" You pose. You breathe. Then say, "It depends on how close you're standing to it." Beat. They wanted a direct answer. You gave them a mirror. Now they're questioning their own position, not yours. Example 2. The negotiation table. Tension builds. Everyone's watching you, waiting for your response. You lean back, calm, say nothing, just eye contact, just breath, just stillness. They start explaining themselves, adjusting, lowering their volume, because your silence made them feel exposed. Example 3. The emotional inquiry. Why do you always hold back? You smile, then quietly say, "Because silence never betrayed me." Then change the subject. Now they're replaying it, trying to decode the meaning inside your calm delivery. And that loop stays with them. Example 4. The leadership frame. Everyone's pushing ideas. Fast, excited, loud. You wait, listen, observe, then speak. Low, slow, final. We move when it's quiet again. Now the energy shifts. Not because you demanded it, but because you were the only one who didn't need the noise. Unreadable doesn't mean absent. It means anchored. You don't hide. You simply stay, just beyond their reach. So they keep reaching.